Hey friends, Angie Hernandez, certified hypnotherapist, and I'm here at the Indiana Hypnosis Center where bad habits don't have to last a lifetime. Get rid of that bad habit, like eating sweets, with hypnosis. Hey friends, it's another Weight Loss Wednesday. Welcome. And I want to start out by talking to you about a client I had a few years ago. He wanted to do weight loss. He was a retired teacher who also had a farm, because I live in farm country. And now his son did most of the farm and took over most of the farm, but he helped him a lot. So he was very physically active, especially in the summer. He had an issue with sleeping, and now used a CPAP machine, which he felt kind of gave him his life back. Now that he was getting oxygen well and able to sleep at night, he really felt great. But the weight thing wasn't anything he could get a handle on. He told me, I just really love to eat, especially sweets. And he had a really sweet smile while he said that. So my job was to get him to control his eating. And we did the virtual gastric band along with the take-home recordings. I don't think I had my program at that time. I think we just did a basic one with him, but he took right to it. Maybe because a teacher likes to be taught. I don't know. So the first with that, the real main point of the story is visualization in weight loss and any other hypnosis. Visualization, and that's where in your mind you imagine something happening to you, is key. And for weight loss, it's very, very important. I follow a certain weight loss guru who always says that visualization, even before you begin his eating program, is the key to making it succeed. That seemed weird to me at first when I read it years ago, but now it makes total sense to me. Because your subconscious mind can't tell the difference between something that you imagine and something that really happens, which is how the virtual gastric band hypnosis works. You imagine you're going to a hospital to have a gastric band placed around your stomach, reducing your stomach to a little pouch the size of a golf ball. Which means, if that really had happened, you'd only be able to eat a small amount of food before you begin to feel totally full and satisfied. You don't need to have a dangerous operation to imagine it in your own mind, and your mind to go along with it. It'll go along with it if we make it real enough as you imagine it. So that's what we did with him, and he did great. He lost about 30 pounds during the time he was with me, and he lost a little more after he left, but he kept it off. I explained to him that this is a program for life. This isn't a diet. I don't tell you what to eat. I might give you my opinion about certain foods, but I don't tell you what to eat. It's about portion control and eating 3 small meals a day, very small meals. And you can do that because you feel the band working for you. Now, you have to do some work on your own. It's not like I go in there and mess with your mind, molding it like Play-Doh. No, we ask your mind to get on your side, but you have to help it through your actions. And that's, you listen to the recording I send you home with, a couple times a day the first week, and at least once a day after that. And some people slough off on that, and then they're not successful. People that are successful listen to that recording. The reason is you have to reinforce this new way of being. You've been eating the old way over and over and over and over for days, months, years, decades. That is a deep groove. That is a deep pathway carved into your brain. And now we come along with a new one, and that's just new. And your brain wants to go back to the tried and true path it's used to. That's the way it's made. So you got to reinforce that new path over and over again. And you reinforce that by eating your 3 small meals a day and listening to the recordings that reinforce the work we do in person. So he was doing a great job with that. In fact, he did so great for about 3 years. I got a steady stream of clients that he sent to me. People who he told about the way he lost weight and kept it off. And it was crazy. People that he vacationed with, people that were his neighbors, people that were in Kiwanis with him. I got a lot of clients from him. That was awesome. But he really did the work. Now, one of the most important things, and the hardest one for me personally, was the no distractions eating part. And that is so important. Even if you're not dieting right now, but you would like to reinforce that signal that we're born with that says we're satisfied, don't eat anymore. If you want to improve that, no distractions eating. And that means no TV, no pads or tablets, no phone, no computer, just your food. Just your food. No distractions. Concentrate on the food. Look at the food. Use all your senses. Look at the food. And don't just look at it in a casual way. Note the beautiful colors, the shape, the lines, the way it sits on your plate. Take in the smell. That's one we usually use a lot with food, but I want you to take new note of it. What new smells? Can you tell by smelling it what the ingredients are? Does it have spices or new ways of cooking? Also, what about touch? Not like you put your fingers on the food, although you may have finger food and use that if you do, but the way it feels in your mouth. What's the texture? What do you like about it? Do you like creamy textures? Do you like crunchy textures? Do you like a flavor that spreads through your mouth or something that's bold? Make note of the way it feels and the way it tastes in your mouth. And how about hearing? We can hear food. Sometimes we hear it cooking. Sometimes it sizzles on our plate. Sometimes we hear our utensils, the fork on the plate, the cup against the saucer, all the sounds that surround the ritual of eating. Expand on these and take your time. Put your fork down between bites. Put your sandwich down and let it go between bites. Eat slowly and consciously. And when you concentrate that much on your food and you're that present with your meal, your brain engages those senses and it will make that signal, that ding, that says, oh, I'm satisfied. I don't need to eat anymore. Not full. We don't need to be full. It's not Thanksgiving. Satisfied. And when you hear that ding, that you're satisfied, push it away, put it away, or throw it away. Get it out of your sight immediately. And you're done with that meal. And you're very satisfied. You can be very satisfied on small amounts of food. Yeah. And that's the way it works. Visualization, the key to changing an ingrained habit. Visualization. We do it for other things. We might allow ourselves to daydream about a new job. We might allow ourselves to daydream about school and the education and what that'll lead to in our lives. We might daydream about our wedding. We might daydream about our children. But to daydream ourselves into weight loss, daydream how our body will look when it's fit and healthy, we're not really encouraged to do this. Well, I'm encouraging you. I'm telling you that's very important for weight loss and the change of other bad habits. It's called mental rehearsal. And now you can do that with weight loss and other bad habits. Mentally rehearse what will happen when you sit down with a plate of food. Mentally rehearse an emergency plan. I call them emergency plans. When you have to go to a restaurant where you normally eat a big, huge plate of food that could feed a family in another country, mentally rehearse what you're going to do. Don't just sit there and be overwhelmed by it and go back to your old habits. No, mentally rehearse. Maybe you ask them to put half of your meal in a to-go box before the plate ever reaches the table. If you can't see it, it won't bother you so much. Maybe you and whoever you're with, you'd like to split a meal. So you're only eating half and they're eating half. Or maybe you just want to order a different type of food altogether. Have a mental rehearsal a few times before you ever face that situation. And mentally rehearse your daily stuff. Mentally rehearse, how am I going to do my breakfast now? How am I going to do my lunch now? How will I do my dinners now? Mentally rehearse that. Your brain doesn't know the difference between the mental rehearsal and real life. It accepts that as something that already happened. And something that already happened is already the beginning of a habit. So rehearse it over and over and over again, and it'll be very quickly a habit with you, this new way of eating. If you love food, like most of us do, I know I do, you'd like to live the rest of your life eating foods that you love. And you can. But you eat 3 very small meals a day, no snacks, and you can carry this forward the rest of your life, eating this way, feeling slim, trim, working up, and being healthier. It really is that simple. Okay, that's it for me today, Weight Loss Wednesday. I hope you'll join me tomorrow, which is Back Fit of Mine Thursday. You know how that one goes. All right, please follow me and put me on the top of your See First list. I will see you next time. Woo, there goes the train. I'll see you next time here. And until then, see you tomorrow. This was from me to you. Bye.
Call the